Hey, it's Bob out here at Springy Hill. It's been a few weeks since I posted anything. I've been pretty busy. I'll show you a couple of things I've been working on. I turn around here and boom, I have got not one but two sections of wall completed. And I do say so myself. I think they look pretty awesome. Two sections. That gets the master bath, and half of it about right in here, and then the half bath, that gets them all enclosed and ready to go, so that when I have a rainy day or I'm waiting for some more logs to dry, I can go in here and work on the shower, put my cement board up and start putting tile in for the shower. So that'll give me another rainy day project to do. So let me show you what I have to do to prep for a new wall section, and then I'll go show you a little something I've been working on that haven't shown you guys anything about, but I'll show the process on the back side of it. All right, so when I'm getting these wall sections ready to go, what I do is I've got some tar paper down here. Don't mind that, if it's dirty from me stepping on it, I'll wipe that down. And then a drip rail, and the drip rail goes down over the top of the 2x12s here, and it covers the edge of the Advantech, the OSB, so that it's protected. And also that way, if I get a little rain or water comes down, it'll hit that drip edge and come off, and it kind of flips it away from this away from a 2x12. And then what I do on each of my verticals, I've got some 1" by 1" pine boards I just ripped down out of some 2x4, and I put these along my verticals as like a key. The mortar will be locked around that, and that way it kind of locks the mortar in, so it's not just friction up against the wall, but I've got solid mortar on either side of this key, so so it holds everything in place. I've got my window frame. I got to redo that key, I just noticed. Oh, okay, when I put a nail in it, it split right here, and then I was working underneath and didn't notice that, so I'm gonna have to take that off and redo that. No biggie. But anyway, on either side of the window frame, I've also got those keys. Again, that'll help lock the window in, lock everything all together, and so that the weight of the window isn't strictly on the border. And I've gone ahead and got me a 2x4 brace here, toenailed down to the floor to help to support it. And again, on this other upright, I've got my key there that the mortar will lock around, help hold everything in place, keep it nice and solid. And this one is ready for tomorrow. I'm going to have to cut a few more logs to length and trim those up. Oh, you just saw one of my horseflies fly through the picture there. Those things are terrible, man. They just bite, and they don't bite where you can reach. They head right for my back, right where I can't reach them. But at any rate, in the morning, I'll process some more logs, get them all trimmed to length, and make some mortar and get over here and get started on this. All right, this is the little surprise that I had. I think I had mentioned in another video about going to build a door, and I've got this is the outside of the door. I bought this window, and you see arch-shaped window. Bought that at Menards. I've been keeping my eye on them for a while. It was on their closeout. Originally $250, then down to $200, and then down to $150 when it was finally time to buy it. And it's kind of dusty right now. Got some sawdust on it, but that'll blow off real easily. What this is a 4x8 sheet of 3/4 inch plywood. You can just see the plywood here. And I had some of these rough cut pine boards, and what I did was I planed those on my bench planer. I planed those down to 3 inches by 1.25 inches thick, and then I cut a groove in them, cut grooves with my router and then cut these planks. Now I was going to do it all oak, but I didn't have quite enough oak, so I alternated pine or with red cedar, and Deb really liked the look, so I went with that. And you can see the comparison there between the oak and the red cedar. Again, it's kind of dusty sawdust, but that'll clean off. Now these planks are 26 1/4. The ends are contained or under in the grooves here, and the space is actually about 26 1/2. So there's a little space at the top, so allow for expansion. They're glued down, but if a glue comes apart or whatever, I don't have to worry about planks falling out. And that way I didn't also have to be quite as picky about the exact length of each plank, because you know, if the ends are a little bit uneven, why, they're hidden under there. So just a little thing I didn't have to be as detailed about. Now down here, I've just got butt joints here. These verticals and cross pieces, they're that rough cut pine. And what I did is I drilled and doweled and glued them together, and this is all glued down to the piece of plywood. And then from the back side, I've got some screws, wood screws that I drove in from the back side to just hold it all in together. And then again, on this side, it's the same thing, alternating cedar and oak planks. And then what I did to kind of give it a little symmetry is I made sure that I had planks that were long enough to get 2 out of, and I cut one for the bottom and one for the top and kept them together so that everything matched up and lined up to keep it as symmetrical as possible, because that just, I like that. And you could see some of the beautiful grain. It got like some quarter sawn grain and some flaws in it, some little defects, and just some beautiful grain in some of this wood. And I just really like the way it came out. I used a Minwax oil-based English chestnut stain. You can see it goes a little bit, the pine takes it a little different than the oak, but again, what I did is I used some pre-stained conditioner on it, and that really makes a difference in how it takes the stain, especially the oak, because the oak has so many open pores, and it doesn't take stain real well. But using that pre-stained conditioner makes a lot of difference. Of course, I had to cut the opening for the window, and I measured that 2 or 3 times before I cut it, made sure everything was even and straight and the like, and it came out pretty well. And then on the top here, you can see a sunburst pattern, and I didn't want to just do straight wood there, so I drew me up a sunburst pattern. I liked how it went. You can see in the center one there, it's kind of like a keystone shape. That's the keystone of a window there, and then the rest of them radiate from there. Basically what I did is I used a pattern where their boards are approximately 3 inches wide at the bottom and approximately 5 inches at the top cross section, and that filled it in pretty nicely and gave me a pretty nice looking sunburst. I'm pleased with how it turned out. And again, I alternated red cedar and oak with that. Planed the boards down to 3/4 inch, and then I'm going to figure out some way to do some trim, some molding around the edge here to make it look nice and smooth. I'm pretty pleased with the way it turned out. This sucker is heavy. Deb can't budge it. It takes both hands. I can lift it up off the sawhorse with both hands, one end of it. But this is going to be a heavy door. It's probably going to be a 225 pound door. So I've got some heavy duty hinges. Each hinge can support 90 pounds. I got 4 of them. There'll be one here, one at that cross piece, the next one, and then at the top. So I've got hinges that can support 360 pounds. So I'm figuring this door is probably going to be about a 250 pound door. So again, a little overkill. So But it's beautiful, and it's 4x8, and you won't find another door like it anywhere in the world. You can't go anywhere and buy it because I built it. So I've got all the verticals cut out. I've got, you can see over here, I've got my oak boards lined out. I've got my cedar already cut and lined out. So I've got all those stained, cut to size, ready to go. And I've been working on my verticals, getting the groove cut in them and getting them cut to length. And then I'll get them stained. And then the next time I have rain, I'll clear this table off and put a quilt over it, or an old quilt or blanket over it, and then clean this up, turn it over so I can replicate this on the other side. So that's my front door. Like I said, I think it looks pretty nice, pretty unique. You won't find anything like it anywhere else. And that's the beauty of doing this stuff by yourself. You dream it, you build it, and you make it what you want it. So there you go. And then, of course, my built-in unit back there, which is also one of my rainy day projects. Once I get walls put in, why, I'll be covering that. And then hope I didn't make you too dizzy spinning you around there. I just kind of, it's a little dark here because it's about 6:30 at night and cloudy. But when you look behind me, you can see what those walls look like back there. And from the inside, they look just the same as they do on the outside. So I'm pretty happy with that. And Deb wants to do car siding on as many of the interior walls as we can. We have my stepsister and her husband have car siding in their place, and my wife really, really likes it. So fine car siding she gets. It'd be nice and quick and easy for me. Just put it in, nail it down, and I'm done. Sure beats having to put up drywall, because I do not like mudding and taping drywall. And she also would like to have that up on the ceiling. So again, that'll make it quick and easy for me. I won't have to mud and tape any drywall. I'd much rather sand wood than mud and tape drywall. Any of you that have done that can understand and appreciate that. So that's just a quick update today. What's going on out here. It's getting late. I'm tired. I'm gonna go in and cool off, have me a glass of cold iced tea and something to eat, get ready to go for tomorrow and have some more fun out here. Again, this is Bob, Serenity Hill. Hope you're having a great day. We're having a good time out here, making progress. This cordwood, it's labor intensive, it's time intensive, but I really like the way it turns out, and it's gonna be solid as can be. We'll talk to you later.